let's get to it. It's time to get going. Yeah, let's get started with some Oracle and then we'll get into Tarot. Yeah, this is so dope. Yeah, I never know what to expect when we open this container. And yeah, it just always leaves me so full of gratitude. Dang, Taurus, which was one of the first ones that came out last week too. Um, I'm hearing what's the word? Stern, be solid, be unmoving if you don't want to move. That doesn't mean be stubborn and, to the point where it's detrimental to you, but also you don't want to be too flexible and fluid to where, every little thing has you ready to pivot or second guess yourself or ready to change directions. Especially this week, I feel like there's going to be moments where things pop up and people are trying to, push you one direction or another, or to make you feel like, you might be misguided, or like you don't necessarily know what you're doing or don't know what you're talking about. But understand that you do. And when these moments happen, if you do find yourself questioning yourself, zoom out enough to get that clarity. Like, be like, okay, they say I don't know what I'm talking about. Where did I get this from? Like, where did I get these ideas and this way of doing things? And, this perspective that they're saying is wrong. Where did it come from? And then in zooming out, you'll realize, it came from your experiences. It came from these things you learned and trial and error and, things that are very much based in reality, that are not just in your own mind or you just randomly just doing something. And that'll be enough for you to be like, okay, like they can feel however they want to feel, but I know what I'm doing, and that's enough for me. I trust that. Yeah, so just zoom out when those moments do happen. Dang, this light burning my arm, and this light's too hot right here, so. Nature. Oh. X marks the spot. But I'm also hearing somebody's X, so, oh yeah. And Tupac also came out. So this makes me feel like it's an ex and it's somebody who's probably been like dead to you, like dead and gone. Like we don't talk anymore. I don't want to talk to them anymore. Haven't seen them in a really long time. Just all that, all those markings of like an ex that's not, somebody you're still cool with, that you still talk to all the time, you still have mad love for, but somebody who's just not in your life anymore. I'm also hearing retrograde, so that makes me feel like they might be coming back, they might hit you up soon, or, like checking on you, like, oh, hey, how you been? It's been a long time. I'm not getting any indicator on whether, like they've changed, or, if this is somebody who did you wrong. I'm not getting any indication like they're coming back new or like they're coming back the same. I don't know. I'm just getting that they're coming back. So use your discernment. If you have no interest in dealing with them, that's okay. Like, just let that be known. Like, I'm not telling you, like, oh, they have something for you, see it out, hear them out. Like, you don't even have to. They might simply hit you up, and then you just ignore it, and that's it. Like, but they're coming. So be ready. Have faith in yourself. Trust yourself to be able to navigate it without, being emotionally charged or losing yourself in it or falling back into old habits that you might have decided to leave behind. So yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, but just a heads up. Yeah, but you got this. It's okay. Yeah, these messages definitely are different. They're interesting though. I'm liking it. LOL. Have a sense of humor right now. I have a feeling that things have been hard, things have been difficult. Yeah, sometimes I feel like the light at the end of the tunnel may not even be visible sometimes. But understand that laughter is going to be your best friend through these moments. When things are dark or when things, are a little bit heavy, find a way to get yourself into a lighter energy. Whether that be, people who typically make you feel good, make you laugh, watching that movie, that your childhood favorite movie, your favorite cartoon, eating a bowl of cereal, like just do whatever it is that is something that you do just for you, that has nothing to do with your responsibilities, that has nothing to do with, you trying to get rich or any of that stuff, but just simply, it makes you feel good and it feeds your soul. Um, it makes your inner child happy. Do those things. Laugh till you cry, and then laugh some more. That's what I'm hearing. Um, but yeah, laugh a little. And just the LOL, it feels like young, when we were kids, typing, texting, and we texted all day and things like that. And it's like you just LOL everything, like whether it was funny or not, it's just like LOL, LOL, like it's its own thing beyond just, laughing out loud. There's a whole culture to it. So understand, like, get into that energy, and do a little bit of lolling, But that's the invitation right now, is just not take things so seriously. And if things do feel super heavy, you might just be too close to them, you know. You might need to just, relinquish a little bit of that control, worry about the things you can't control. If you can't control it, like, don't try to. And that seems like the call as far as this card right now. So, yeah, have some fun. Don't be so serious. Yeah, that card just flipped, but I'm gonna keep shuffling. It didn't feel like, oh, wow, 33, 33 as I said that. Oh, too many cards, too many cards. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep going, but hey, if they're meant to come out, they'll come out again. One thing I've learned about cards is that they're very persistent. Four, four, four. Yeah, 444. I don't know. Right now they feel like support, balance. I'm hearing stability, order, culture. And I keep getting the call like to turn it upside down. It like kind of looks like chairs. Yeah, understand that you have big wins coming in, and that they're gonna be very public. You're gonna have an audience. Like, I'm hearing God and the universe is gonna bless you in front of the world. It's not gonna be something that just happens in your bedroom by yourself, and you're like, oh my God, thank you. But understand it's gonna be a spectacle. It's gonna be a display for the world to see, and the whole point is for everyone to understand the magic that is available. Understand how things can unfold when you create your life with the divine, when you walk with God, when you walk with the universe, and you co-create your experience with all the divine energy that's available to you, that wants to be expressed through you, that wants to come through you, and all of that. So understand that your win is about to be very public, and that they're gonna see it. The world is gonna see it, and then the one question is gonna be like, "Wow, how'd you do it?" And you're the type of person who's gonna tell them exactly how you did it. That you walked with the universe, that you went within, you found your power inside, you realize how in tune with all this you are, and that and that you focused your energy and your attention, your love, your awareness, all of that in order to create this life for yourself. And that's what you're gonna tell them, and that's exactly why it's gonna happen in public. So to lead to those conversations, to lead, everybody home to themselves. And that's super important in this next season. And the world is changing. It's already changed. And the next unfoldment into where we're going is, putting God putting his people in position, the universe putting its people in position to continue to tell the story, to shed the truth, to shine light. And yeah, and whoever this is for, you're one of those people who are very big in that, who is very big in that process and unfoldment of this next chapter in life, in earth, So understand that, yeah. And yeah, if it doesn't resonate, definitely don't force it. But whoever this is for definitely knows. Like, they knew from the beginning. Like I didn't have to even keep explaining. They understand. So if it does resonate like that, know that this is for you, and to have faith in that, and to walk around with that knowing that your time is here, and that, you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to overly explain yourself, because soon everybody will see. So enjoy, and enjoy your present as well. Like, don't sit here stressing about the future. Don't sit here worried about past decisions. If you made wrong turns at some point, understand that where you are right now is perfect, and that where you're going to be tomorrow is perfect too. So enjoy it. Enjoy where you are and take it all in and be as present as possible. Um, and yeah, just enjoy your life and enjoy your experience because it's for you to enjoy it. So, hell yeah, congratulations. MLK's kids on Twitter. I'm gonna keep shuffling, but just wanted to let y'all know it popped up as an energy. And for me, just, I don't know, if that meant like absolutely nothing to you. Just a little context. For me, that energy is just, it's just the energy of the fact that, Martin Luther King Jr.'s kids are on Twitter. But, I feel like it's always been painted about like that time period, like civil rights and him and all that was just so long ago. The pictures are all black and white and it's like, but it's like if his kids are on Twitter, like how long ago could that really have been, like in the grand scheme of things? So, yeah, that's just the energy of that. So if that relates to you and it resonates to you in any way, yeah, that's all that is. Things may not be what meets the eye. Like, be careful about, the way people try to paint certain things, because like you can definitely skew the reality of a situation. If you do the right things, you can definitely paint a clear picture to be something completely different and murky and all that. So. Yeah, just be careful. Have some discernment. Jason. Things are not as scary as they seem. Yeah. I'm hearing like as scary as Jason is, like Jason Voorhees, the horror film character, as scary as he is, you zoom out enough, you realize he's a character. Plain and simple. Like, he's not real. He's not out here actually doing anything. Like, he exists within, a 1 hour and a half movie, 2 hour movie, like, and then outside of that, like, his only existence is, you allowing him to exist, but outside of that, he's not real. Outside of those movies, like, yeah, he's just not real. The person is a whole nother person. Like, he's not real. So understand that a lot of things in life are like that. There's a lot of illusions. There's a lot of things that feel real because, our emotions are real and the way things make us feel is real. So that's as real as, anything needs to be really if you feel it. But understand that you have the power in a lot of these things. And if you give them the power to scare you, to make you feel fearful, understand that that's all that is. It's you giving them the power to do that. So yeah, just again, discernment. Seems like that's an important theme this week, is to really have your head on straight and to trust the energy, trust your heart, and trust your inner knowing, for real. And yeah, Jason popped out again. So your name might be Jason. It might just be like clarification for someone. Or you might know a Jason, or you might be dating a Jason. But I also just heard adjacent. So yeah, it might be something next to you, something in your environment that you're not seeing, that's causing you to feel fearful, but it may be the key to everything you want, but you've been too afraid to explore it because you may not be seeing it that way. It might seem like, if I kind of whatever, it'll mess everything up. But understand that if you're getting called to it, trust that, especially if it's not going away, even though you've turned it down several times, it keeps coming up. There might be a reason. It might be divine guidance. It might be the universe itself whispering to you like, yo, go do that thing. Go pick that up. Go whatever. So don't be afraid of it. Understand that the fear is a product of your own mind, your own thoughts. That in itself, if you were able to let yourself view it neutrally, that it was nothing to be afraid of. So, yeah, trust yourself. Discernment. Invest. I'm hearing energetic investments, whether that be people or things. Like, yeah, every moment you spend putting energy into something, focusing on something, understand that that's an investment. So where are you investing your energy and your attention? If you're investing in things that don't give back to you, that don't pour into your cup, into things that make you feel unfulfilled, you need to adjust that. Like, if you're spending all your time with a person who turns around and makes you feel less than, who turns around and never has your back really, that when you need them, they're nowhere to be found. That's concerning. You need to invest your energy somewhere else, because there's someone out here who's gonna take just a quarter of that energy and time you give them and really amplify it and pour back into you 1,000-fold, you know. But if you don't, you only have so much attention, energy, and time. So if you're caught up giving it all to this person who leaves you feeling less than, understand that you won't have any to pour into this person who makes you feel amazing all the time. So understand that your resources are limited as far as your energy, your time, and all that. Like, you don't just have an unlimited amount. So understand that, yeah, you have to be very intentional and view everything as investments. Like, this person asked me if I want to go to this thing. Like, is that a wise investment? Because it is, you know, like, you go to this thing that while you're there, you can't do this other thing. You can't work on your other stuff. You can't go within. You can't do shadow work. You're not journaling. You're not, you know, you're not doing any of that stuff. So it's like, is that worth that to you? Are you getting enough back out of that relationship for it to be, you know, still fulfilling for you to go forward, you know, to where it's not a loss or it's not wasted time? Because if not, then it is wasted time. Because not only do you don't feel any better, you didn't grow, you didn't evolve. This is not somebody who's going to be around long term, because, you know, eventually it's not sustainable if they're not pouring into you the way you need to. Like, at some point, you're going to stand up and leave them behind, especially if you're actually committed to growing and evolving and actualizing your dream reality and all that. Like, they're not going to be able to stay around forever. So now it becomes a waste of time, a waste of energy, a waste of focus. So, yeah. Look into the things you're investing in and pour into the cups with intention. And it is that deep. It's always that deep. And you'll see how things change, because pouring into the right people will not only not leave you feeling drained, but it will have you full of energy. You might realize, dang, I did so much, but I'm still so full. Like, I don't feel tired. I don't feel drained. It's like, yeah. Because if you're putting your energy into the right places, they're going to pour into you. They're going to have you feeling energized. They're going to have you feeling amazing. They're not going to have you feeling drained. It's not going to feel like work. It's not going to feel like sacrificing. And, you know, it's not going to feel like any of that stuff. You're going to look up and be like, wow, we've been here all day. We've been talking for hours. Like, wow, I could do this forever. Like, you know, to where you have to, like, pull yourself away to go do other stuff because it's so fulfilling. And it's like, yeah, that's what's available out here, you know? Like, you just have to not be afraid to start over. You have to not be afraid to, you know, leave people behind sometimes. Sometimes it's like, yeah, everybody's not around forever. Sometimes it's for a season, you learn this thing, you do this thing, you experience them, and then you move on, and that's okay. So there's gonna be more where that came from. There's gonna be more people to meet, there's gonna be more experiences to have. But if you sit there and hold on to everything that shows up to you and, you know, you're overly attached and you don't wanna let it go, understand that you're gonna limit yourself, because the new things can't come in while you're clutching to the old ones. So understand that you gotta let things come, you gotta let things go. And that's the beauty of life. And that's okay. And the things that are meant for you will not be gone. Like, understand that even if you let something go and it was meant for you, that it'll come back because it's yours. So don't put so much pressure on you to, like, you know, keep everybody around, and if things don't last forever, to view them as a failure, because they're not at all. So yeah, you got this, and you know what you're doing. Like, you have a very good head on your shoulders, a very good connection to spirit. So trust that, trust yourself. You didn't get this far to doubt everything you've done, you know. Like, you got the proof, you've been getting the proof, you've been having the experiences. So allow things to be good, allow them to feel amazing. But I'm gonna pull one more oracle, and then we're gonna get into tarot without, you know, further ado. This popped up, waste, and then I wasn't gonna take it, but I see at the bottom it says cut it. So yeah, I feel like this goes with the last message. Get those people out of your life that don't belong there. Release those habits that don't serve you anymore. If there's anything you've been like, you know what, I need to get rid of this, or I need to, you know, I need to reevaluate this thing, or remove it from my life, or stop doing it. And, you know, if you haven't done it, but, you know, it's been on in the back of your mind, it continues to come up, now's the time. You're being called to do it now. And, that, you know, it may not have been time to do it before. It might have just been about getting you used to the idea of doing it. So now when this moment comes where it's like, yo, that's your direct guidance, now, you know, you've already kind of entertained that idea. You've kind of already dabbled with it a little bit. So it's not like a brand new foreign concept right now, but understand that now is the time to get rid of it. And you'll experience success getting rid of it. Maybe you tried before, you tried to cut certain things out, but it wasn't, you know, you ended up falling back into them. Understand that it's okay. That was just to get you used to the idea. So when the call came, you knew exactly what this was talking about. You knew exactly, you were like, okay, like I'm ready. And that was all it was for. So understand that, yeah, let it go now, and that's okay. This was the perfect time. Don't feel like you're late or that you should have been did or you would have been farther. Understand that that's all those are illusions. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. So now, cut it. Get rid of that waste. Let it go, and understand that it's going to be replaced with abundance, with beautiful things that are more in alignment to who you are. Those things may have been in alignment to who you've been, but understand that as you change, things have to fall away so your reality can continue to match who you are. And you want it to match who you are because you're abundant. You know your magic. You know how valuable you are. You know all that. So your life is just trying to recalibrate to reflect that, because that's all this is. Your reality is at any given time just mirroring your inner world. So yeah, so allow things to fall away, especially as you continue to change, and understand that they will, and that if you're continuing to grow, things falling apart or falling away, apart maybe too sometimes it feels like, but understand that that's just a part of the process, and that it's an illusion, because you're not losing anything. Anything that goes away will be replaced with equal or better, and if you're continuing to grow, it will always be better. Now, if you're falling backwards, and the good things fall away to be replaced with worse, then yeah, that's a reflection of who you are too, and that should be honored. But I don't get the feeling that that's you guys. I get the feeling that this collective is always striving to become greater and to continue to evolve and grow. So, hell yeah, your life will continue to recalibrate and reshuffle itself. And when the dust settles, you'll realize that, okay, this is better. This was another upgrade. Thank you. And that happens enough time, you'll know. And it's only tough in the beginning when you don't have all that proof yet. But things, yeah, it doesn't get easier. But you have more to hang your hat on. Like, oh yeah, this reminds me of that other time where this happened, or oh yeah, that one season where it looked like all was lost, and then boom, this amazing thing popped up for me, just like this world card. And it's like, hell yeah, that's the whole point. But you don't get those until you start the journey. And that's always what I stress to people. It's like, yo, it'll never make sense logically until you start doing it. And then, the stuff will show up for you, and through trial and error, you'll understand a lot of those things that people talk about, that I talk about, that, that a lot of the knowledge and wisdom that comes through. So just get started. And yeah, I'm here to tell you, if there's somebody you've been trying to get to understand that their timing is their own. You can't make anybody wake up. You can't make anybody understand these things. But understand that I'm here to tell you that might help, if you're wanting to give it one more try, to not lead by your own experiences and your own proof to get them to believe it, but to acknowledge the fact that, everybody's life works differently. This is what's worked for you. And this is what allowed you to get to this point, to explore that more so than starting from where you are. But to explore your journey, I didn't believe at one point, but it was this thing I saw. It started with this. For me, it started with astrology. And then that led to meditation. And then that led to, just more me going down the rabbit hole and just discovering more of just who I am and what's going on in this universe and universal law and just all that. But explore that. Tell them, yo, I didn't believe at first either, but I started with this, and I started with this, and other people have started with this and that, and to allow them to start the journey on their own without you just trying to tell them these things, this is how this works, this is how this works, and for them to accept it. Allow them to lead them to their path and allow them to walk it. And yeah, that's what I'm being called to tell you right now.